Welcome back to the Resilient Runner podcast. I'm your host, Jacqueline Gordon, and this series is going to be called Lessons from the Trail. So, this weekend I ran the Marin Ultra Challenge 50K, and I love trail running. I think it teaches us a lot about life. It teaches myself that I'm strong, that I'm capable of doing hard things. It immediately gets me out of my comfort zone as far as what I can handle, and it is a challenge no matter the distance, the elevation gain. In this case, it was a little bit of all two of those, and then also added bonus of pretty warm weather. So with that, there comes this idea that the finish line is never really where we expect it to be. It's always a little further than we expect, that we want it to be, and there are temptations to quit, to walk, to wonder, what am I doing out here? You know, I think that when we start the race, we're excited, we're motivated, we're just happy to be there, we're pushing, we're grinding, because this is why we're there. And in this case, this race had a climb right off the get-go, but it was rewarded with beautiful views of the Golden Gate Bridge and just incredible, stunning landscape altogether. And the first 10 miles, I was thinking, this is awesome. I am loving every bit of this. I feel strong. And getting into mile 14, I go through the third aid station, and I'm starting to see my progress. I'm hitting milestones. Now I'm halfway through the race almost. I have friends waiting there to support me. They're cheering me on. And then there's a 7-mile loop before you get back to the fourth aid station. And my energy's starting to wane a little bit. My legs are starting to ache. Now I'm wondering, was this such a good idea? And the heat's starting to crank up. It's starting to feel a little bit more intense at this point. And I'll be honest, the last 10, 11 miles were quite rough. I was thinking that I was going to blow through this at the beginning of the race, that I was going to crush this. And isn't that true to life? We start our businesses with all this naivety and energy and excitement, and we're pushing and we're grinding out long hours and we're just crushing it. And then it gets a little more serious, or it gets a little more monotonous, and that newness wears off. And now we're starting to think, can I keep this up? Am I going to be able to get to where I want to go? And just to add a little pressure onto it, got a little heat, some new competition, some new challenges, whether it's hiring new clients, new employees, getting new clients, promoting new products. It can go with any experience in life, to be honest, but you're on this trail, you're thinking, I have 10 more miles of this. Do I really want to do this? I'm warm, I'm ready for lunch, I'm ready for a shower. Isn't there an easier way? And that is the mindset that gets us into trouble in real life. A lot of times, we don't have a clear finish line. We don't have a clear path to when we're going to be successful like we do in a trail race. In life, we're just going through the motions, having the faith that our hard work's going to pay off, that we're going to make it to that finish line, to make it to our success point, hit those goals. And it's not as clear-cut as a trail race, but it's the same idea. We don't know exactly where that finish line is. On Saturday, I was convinced I was almost there. All I had to do was round this corner and I would see the downhill right into the finish. Joke's on me, It was around the corner and up a giant hill and then over a ridge and then around another corner before I started seeing the downhill to the finish. And I just had to put it into my mind, I'm going to keep going until I see that finish line. I'm going to keep going until I cross that finish line. And that's what we have to have in life to truly be successful. So many times people give up on themselves. They decide that I've gone far enough, I haven't seen the results that I want, I'm going to give up. I mean, there's a famous quote by Edison, I haven't failed, I found 10,000 ways that didn't work. We have to have that mindset in life to be successful. You know that Lincoln actually lost 5 significant elections for House, Senate, I think Vice President. He lost all these before he won the big election to be the U.S. President. And he didn't give up. You hear these stories over and over again. The stories we rarely hear are the people that spent 5 years building the business of their dreams, only to say, I gotta shut the doors, this is too much for me, I'm not seeing the progress, I'm not seeing the success that I want. But the truth is, you just have to put one foot in front of the other and keep moving in the direction of your goals. There's no other way to go about life other than to keep going. Because the worst pain in the world is the pain of regret. What if you were 1 yard from touchdown? You wouldn't give up. If you're 1 foot from striking oil, it's you never know how close you are to success. In a trail run, it's a little easier, right? But again, I don't know who's in front of me, who's behind me. I don't know how those last 5 miles are going to feel. I just have to know that I have what it takes in me to keep going. And so today's lesson is to just keep going. Have faith that you're going to be successful, that you're going to be able to achieve the things that you want to achieve. Life doesn't always have a clear finish line, but what it does have is the pain of regret if you give up and never know how close you were. So that is all I have for you today. Go out, chase your dreams, don't quit until you've been successful in your own mind, because you have it in you. This is your path, your finish line. You've got this.